There is something different about Christmas that the human heart can never completely explain. It is more than a date, more than a season, more than a celebration. It is a feeling that rises inside us when the year grows quiet and the nights feel softer. It is the strange peace that settles in the air as candles are lit. Choirs begin to sing, and ordinary streets suddenly glow with gentle light. But what if I told you that there are places in the world where this Christmas feeling becomes stronger than anywhere else? Places where you do not just remember the story of the birth of Jesus, but you feel it living around you. Places where the air itself seems to whisper the holiness of that night in Bethlehem. Today, you and I will travel through 10 of the most powerful Christmas pilgrimage destinations every Catholic should know. These places carry the weight of history, the tenderness of faith, and the warmth of God's love made present in a tiny child. I want you to stay with me till the end, because every place on this journey has something special to offer your heart. And the final destination is one that often surprises people, even though it stands as a symbol for the entire Catholic world. So let us begin this journey together, and let your heart remain open, because the story of Christmas becomes beautiful when we travel through it with wonder. Number 10. Bethlehem, the Holy Land, the place where Christmas began, the most sacred place for Christmas itself. Bethlehem is not a decoration, not an idea, not a soft picture printed on a card. Bethlehem is real soil, real rock, real air, and real history. It is the place where Mary and Joseph walked with tired feet. It is the place where Mary felt the first pains of childbirth. It is the place where the sky opened and angels filled the hillside with a message of peace for the whole world. Pilgrims who enter Bethlehem during Christmas often say they feel as if time slows down. The busy world outside fades, and a quiet warmth enters the heart. The Church of the Nativity, standing for many centuries, shelters the grotto where Jesus was born. A small silver star marks the exact place where the Virgin Mary laid her newborn son in the manger. Many people touch the star and begin to cry, often without knowing why. But something inside them recognizes this spot as the very center of hope. Christmas in Bethlehem is a living miracle. Streets fill with lanterns, choirs sing in many languages, and people come from near and far just to kneel near the place where God chose to enter the world in the smallest way. Bethlehem reminds us that Christmas is not about perfection. It is about God stepping into human weakness, human poverty, and human need. It is about light entering darkness. It is about love that comes quietly, like a breath, like a heartbeat, like a newborn cry. Number 9. Nazareth. Israel, where the Christmas story first took shape. A place where the story of Christmas truly began. Nazareth is where the angel Gabriel appeared to Mary. Nazareth is where the greatest message in human history was spoken. Nazareth is where Mary said the simple yes that opened the door for the birth of Jesus. When pilgrims enter the Basilica of the Annunciation, they often stand in silence before the small home where Mary once lived. This home was simple, humble, hidden from the world. But within these walls, heaven and earth met in one moment of grace. During Christmas, Nazareth fills with joy. Families decorate their homes, choirs sing in the town square, and lanterns glow in the night air. The giant Christmas tree shines with warm light, and children walk with small candles that create a picture of peace. Nazareth shows us that Christmas does not begin with celebration. It begins with surrender. It begins with Mary's yes to God. It begins with trust, even when the future is unclear. Christmas in Nazareth invites us to say yes to God in our own lives, even when we feel afraid or unprepared. Number 8. Rome. Delay. The heart of the Catholic world. Rome has seen the rise and fall of empires, the birth of saints, the preaching of apostles, the footsteps of countless pilgrims through the centuries. But at Christmas, Rome becomes something softer. The city lights glow with gentle gold. The streets fill with nativity scenes in every square, large and small. Churches open their doors for prayer, and the sound of choirs drifts through alleyways. St. Peter's Square becomes the center of Christmas in Rome. A large Christmas tree stands proudly near the ancient obelisk. A beautifully crafted nativity scene is set up each year, reminding pilgrims that even in a great city, the heart of Christmas still belongs to a humble manger. Midnight Mass inside St. Peter's Basilica is one of the most powerful Christmas experiences in the world. Pilgrims from many nations gather together, standing side by side, united in faith and wonder. The voices of the choir rise into the high dome, echoing through the ancient stone. Christmas in Rome feels like touching the history of the Church, while also feeling the warmth of the present moment. It reminds us that the story of Jesus did not end in Bethlehem, but continues to live through every generation. Number 7. Assisi, Italy, the birthplace of the first nativity, a small town with a great heart. Assisi is known as the home of St. Francis, a man who changed the world through simplicity, joy, and love. But Assisi also carries a special gift for Christmas. It was here that St. Francis created the first nativity scene. He wanted people to see the birth of Jesus in a clear, loving way. He wanted to remind the world that God chose humility, not luxury. He wanted hearts to understand that Christmas is about tenderness, not pride. Today, Assisi continues that spirit. During Christmas, the town becomes peaceful and shining. Nativity scenes appear everywhere, each one different but filled with the same gentle message. Pilgrims walk through the stone streets, surrounded by silence that feels holy. They enter the Basilica of St. Francis, where art, prayer, and light come together in a beautiful harmony. Christmas in Assisi teaches us that the heart of faith is not noise, but quiet love. It teaches us that Christmas invites us to become gentle, humble, and open to the simple beauty of God's presence. Number 6. Fatima, Portugal, Christmas in a land of Maria, land touched by the presence of Mary. Fatima is known for the message that the Virgin gave to 3 shepherd children. It is known for prayer, for conversion, for light, and for peace. But Christmas in Fatima has a special sweetness. As the season approaches, the sanctuary fills with lights that shine softly in the night. Pilgrims gather to honor the birth of Jesus under the guidance of his mother. Families pray together, asking Mary to protect their homes and lives. The basilica glows against the night sky, reminding everyone that Christmas is a promise of hope, even when the world feels uncertain. Christmas in Fatima feels like being held in the gentle arms of Mary, who leads all hearts to her Son. It is a place where faith becomes personal, where tears turn into peace, and where people rediscover the meaning of trust. Number 5. Lourdes, France, a Christmas of healing, and hope, a place known around the world for healing. Lourdes is visited by millions of pilgrims who come seeking peace for their bodies, minds, and spirits. But Christmas in Lourdes carries a unique grace. During Advent, the sanctuary becomes silent and reflective. Candlelight processions fill the evenings, creating a moving picture of faith. The grotto where Mary appeared becomes a warm place of prayer, even in cold winter air. Many people who come to Lourdes during Christmas are carrying heavy burdens from the year. They may be grieving, hurting, or searching for direction. But something about the gentle light of Lourdes brings comfort. Christmas in Lourdes reminds us that Jesus came to heal, not just bodies, but hearts. He came to bring peace into broken places. He came to lift sorrow and replace it with hope. Lourdes teaches that Christmas is not only joy, it is also healing. Number 4. Manila, Philippines, the longest and most joyful Christmas celebration on earth, a place. Christmas in the Philippines begins early and fills every corner of life. Manila becomes bright with decorations, music, and celebrations rooted in deep faith. The most beautiful tradition is Simbang Gabi, a 9-day series of early morning masses. People wake before dawn to gather in churches filled with warm light. They hold candles, carry lanterns called paroles, and pray for God's blessings. These lanterns represent the Star of Bethlehem, guiding people toward Jesus. The joy of Christmas in Manila is unmatched. Streets fill with families, friends, food, and music. But above all, there is a deep sense of gratitude for the birth of Jesus. Christmas in Manila reminds the world that joy is a form of worship. It shows that true celebration does not come from wealth, but from a grateful heart. Number 3. Mexico City, Mexico Christmas with Our Lady of Uado, a peaker pre-Christmas here is full of color, love, and faith. Pilgrims walk long distances to visit the basilica, where the miraculous tilma is displayed. During Christmas, the area becomes lively with music, flowers, candles, and families praying together. Devotion to Mary leads pilgrims closer to Jesus, whose birth brings new hope to their lives. Mariachi choirs sing songs of faith. Children carry small images of the Nativity. Families ask Mary to guide them into the new year with peace. Christmas in Mexico City is warm, bright, and full of heart. It is a celebration that combines tradition with deep love for God. Number 2. Poland, a country where Christmas still feels secreta. Country where Christmas remains sacred and full of meaning. Winter here is cold, but Christmas warms every home and heart. Families gather for the traditional Christmas Eve meal called Wigilia. At the center of the table is an empty chair, a symbol of welcome for Christ or any stranger who may arrive. Pilgrims visit Krakow, where churches shine with candlelight and nativity scenes fill the beautiful squares. Many also travel to Częstochowa, home of the Black Madonna, to ask for Mary's protection for the new year. Christmas in Poland is simple and peaceful. It reminds us that faith is strongest when it is quiet and sincere. Number 1. The Vatican, a universal Christmas for the whole world. A place where Christmas becomes a universal celebration for the entire world. St. Peter's Square shines with a large nativity scene and a tall Christmas tree. Pilgrims from many nations gather together with a sense of unity and peace. Midnight Mass inside the basilica fills the air with music that lifts the soul. The voices of the choir rise like prayer itself, and the golden light inside the church seems to wrap around everyone present. Christmas in the Vatican is a picture of the global Catholic family coming together as one. It reminds us that the message of Christmas is for every nation and every heart. Now that we have traveled through these 10 destinations, we understand something deeper about Christmas. Christmas is not only a memory. It is a living presence that enters our lives through faith, prayer, and quiet reflection. These places show us different sides of Christmas. Bethlehem shows the miracle of birth. Nazareth shows the beauty of surrender. Rome shows the strength of tradition. Assisi shows the power of simplicity. Fatima and Lourdes show the tenderness of hope and healing. Manila shows joy. Mexico City shows devotion. Poland shows sacred peace. The Vatican shows unity. But the truth is that you do not need a flight ticket to make a Christmas pilgrimage. You do not need to travel across the world to feel the presence of Jesus. Christmas enters any heart that opens itself to God. Christmas comes to any home where love is shared. Christmas lives in every prayer whispered in faith. The message of Christmas is simple. God is with us. God steps into our world. God comes to meet us in our weakness, our worries, and our hopes. As this journey ends, let your heart remain open. Let Christmas enter your life not only as a holiday, but as a source of peace. Let the story of Jesus guide you, comfort you, and strengthen you. And remember that the places we visited are not only on a map, they are also inside the heart that seeks God. If this journey touched you, stay connected, because many more powerful journeys of faith are waiting for you. Thank you for joining this Christmas pilgrimage. May peace fill your home, may light guide your steps, and may the presence of Christ remain with you always.